In this video, we're going to be doing congregational and devotional patterns in the key of B flat. If you don't know the scale in the number system, here it is real quick. B flat is the 1, C is the 2, D is the 3, E flat is the 4, F is the 5, G is the 6, A is the 7, and B flat is the 1. All right, let's go. So now we're going to do an intro demo, and then we're going to break it down. The intro is going to be progression or pattern in the number system: 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, 6. Very common and familiar way to do intros with this type of song. Let's demonstrate, and then we'll break it down. All right, let's break that down. Okay, so we did a little lead in, B flat, C to the chord, so that's 1. So that's B flat in the bass, F, B flat, D. That's the 2. That's C in the bass, G, C, and E flat. All right, and that's the D in the bass, B flat, D and F. That's the 3. Then we go to the 1, right? So that's B flat in the bass, D, F, and B flat. All right. Another way you could do the 1, 2, 3, 1. You can do it like this. Same lead in. You do that chord on the 3. So that's D in the bass, G, C, F. And then on the 1, it's B flat, C, F, and B flat. Okay. All right. Now we go to the 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's on the 4, E flat, D and G. D in the bass, C and F. C in the bass, D flat and E flat. B flat in the bass, A and D. All right, you could do a lead in if you want. So C, D, then the chord, A in the bass, G, C, and E flat. It's the 7, 3. Okay, D in the bass, G flat, B flat, C and F. All right, and G in the bass, A, B flat, C, D, F. All right, so now we go to the 3, 4, flat 5, 5. All right, we're going to stay here a little bit because there's several ways we can do this. Okay, so let me show you the first way. All right, so D in the bass, C, F, G flat, B flat, E flat in the bass, D flat, F, G, and C. All right, E in the bass, D flat, E, G, and B flat. F in the bass, D, F, G, and B flat. By the way, I do have a video where I do preaching and shouting chords in the key of B flat. We go over several ways you can back up a preacher, do some house raising chords, and do some shouts in B flat. That video, I go in depth on this pattern, the 3, 4, flat 5, 5, which is very common in gospel music. Right? All right, so let me spell that out. So D in the bass, F and B flat, E flat in the bass, E and B flat, E in the bass, E flat, B flat, F in the bass, D and B flat. And spell that chord out because it's going to come back up again later. F, E flat in the left, A, D flat, E flat, A flat. All right. So here's a couple other ways to do the 3, 4, flat 5, 5. All right, so that's a more basic way to do it. That's one of the first ways I've learned how to do it. All right, so let's spell it out. All right, so D in the bass, C, D, F, and B flat. E in the bass, E flat in the bass, excuse me. C, E flat, G, and B flat. E in the bass, D flat, E, G, and B flat. F in the bass, D, F, G, and B flat. All right, here's another way to do it. Okay, so that's D in the bass, D, F, B flat, E flat in the bass, E flat, G, C, E in the bass, E, G, B flat, D flat, F in the bass, F, G, B flat, and D. Here's another way I like to do the 3, 4, flat 5, 5 in a more close and clustered way. I think you're going to like it too. All right. So that's D and G flat in the left, C, F, F sharp, and B. B flat, excuse me. E flat, G, C, C sharp, F, and G. E and G in the left, B flat, D flat, E, G. F and G in the left, A flat, B flat with the thumb, B, E flat, and G. You like that, huh? So from there, we did a line to go back to the 1. Let me demonstrate and let's break it down. G, F sharp, F, E flat, E, G, B flat, D, C, B flat, G, B flat. And then we went back to the 3, 4, flat 5, 5. And then back to the 5. Just showed you that chord. Then I did another lick. Okay, so C sharp, D, F, G. Left hand, B flat, A flat, C and D with the thumb, F and B flat. If you don't want to do the line or the lick that goes back to the 1, all you have to do is just go 6, 2, 5, 1 or a 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. So now we're going to the 6. All right, so F and B in the left, F, B flat, and C sharp. We do grace note with the A flat. Now we're going to the 2. All right, E and B in the left, E, A flat, B flat, and C. 5. All right, so E flat, A in the left, E, G, and B flat, and to the 1. All right, so that's D and A flat, C and D with the thumb, F and B flat. 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. And so on the 3, that's a D, C, E flat, G flat, A. The 6, all right, so G in the bass, C, D, F, B. All right. You could also do this. So C and B flat in the left, E, G, B flat, and C sharp. F, A in the left, E, G, A, C. All right, so now we're going into the chorus. And normally with songs like God's a Good God and Bless That Wonderful Name of Jesus, we go between the 1 and the 5 with the running bass. And sometimes we'll do a 1-2-5 with the running bass. All right, so let's demonstrate the 1-2-5 and the 1-5, show you the variations on the ways you can do it, and then we'll break it down. First chord. Okay, that's B flat in the bass, A flat, B flat, D, G, B flat. The running bass, go to B, then go to the next chord, the C in the bass, B flat, E, A flat, C. Then the bass goes to F sharp, and then we hit the 5. All right, so that's F in the bass, A flat, B flat, E flat, G, and B flat. And then you walk it up in the bass, G, A flat, A, and back to the 1. You can use a grace note to go back to the 1. So slide from the C sharp to the D. You can also just do the 1 and the 5. All right, so that's B flat, C, D, F, and B flat. Same running bass. All right, so F in the bass, C, E flat, F, G, B flat. If you want to go even simpler and still throw in the 2, all right, you can do it like this. All right, so the only difference is on the 2, I just... All right, so that's C in the bass, C, D, F, and A. All right. Another way you could do the 1-2-5 there, nice and simple, is like this. Okay, so everything else is the same. The only difference is on the 2, I did this. So that's C in the bass, B flat, E flat, E, and A flat. All right, so now we go into the first transition, which is a switch from the 1 and the 5 to a 4 and the 1. Okay, so to get there, we do a 1-2-5-1-4. Okay, and so let me demonstrate that, and then we'll break it down. All right, so let's break that down. All right, so y'all know this. We did that already. All right, so here's where it gets different. All right, so B flat, B, and then we start. Just before we get to the C. All right, so that's E flat, G, and B, E, A flat, and C. All right, then we did another one. We hit the F sharp in the bass, and then, so when we hit the F, we do the D, F sharp, A, E flat, G, B flat. All right. All right, so when we get to the B. All right, so B flat in the bass. All right, the first chord, C sharp, F, G, C, D, G flat, A flat, C sharp. All right. Then we hit the D in the bass. All right, so D flat, F, G, C to B flat, E flat in the bass, and we do that running bass. So that's E flat, E, F, A, B flat. So on the 1, so 4-1. Okay. B flat in the bass, D flat, F, A flat, C. Running bass continues, going up, C, C sharp, D, E flat. Right. Then we go to the flat 5, E in the bass, D flat, E, G, B flat. And then we do a lick back to the 1. All right, so that's F, E, E flat, C sharp, D, F, G, B flat. 4, flat 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, 6. All right, so let's break that down. All right, so it starts on that 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so E flat and G in the left, D flat, G flat, and B goes to the flat 5, E, A flat in the left, D, G, C. All right, and then we go to the 4, back to the 4. So E flat in the bass, C, D, F, G. All right, D in the bass, C, D, F, A. All right, C in the bass, C, D, F, B flat. All right, so the B flat in the bass, D, F, G, A, C. All right, and so I did the in between going to the 7. All right, so E flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat. Then on the 7, we have the A, E, G, A, B, and D. D bass, that's the 3. All right, so that's E flat, G flat, A, and C. All right, and that's G bass. That's the 6. D, F, G, and B flat. All right, so the rhythm 1, the 4, 3, 2, 1 goes like this. All right, so again slowly. All right, and so after that, you do all the regular stuff like the 3, 4, flat 5, 5, and all that. You already know that. Okay, so there's a substitute that you can use instead of doing that walk up. You can just do a flat 7, flat 6, 5, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. All right, and so let me demonstrate and then break that down. This is the flat 7, A flat in the bass, G flat, B flat, C, and F. G flat in the bass, G flat, B flat, C, and E. F in the bass, F, B flat, and D. Now we're on the 5. All right, now A flat in the bass, G flat, B flat, C, and E flat. Now notice I said we're going to flat 7, flat 6, 5, then to the 3. I didn't go to the 3. I just used the tritone inversion or substitution. Okay, so that's the 3. And so that's a flat 7. I just used the flat 7 instead of the 3. Now we're going to the 6. All right, so that's G in the bass, F, A, B, D. Now we're on the 2. C in the bass, E, A flat, B flat, and D flat. 5. All right, so that's F in the bass, E flat, G, A, C. sometimes I'll do this. Okay, so that's B flat. We're on the 1. Right? Y'all know that. So that's E flat, G, and B flat to D, F, and B flat. You can also do that using tritones. Let me demonstrate that, then I'll break it down. All right. So on the flat 7, we do G flat, B flat, C in the left, G flat, B flat, C, F. You hold everything else and just go from the F to the E flat, and that's on the 6. Right? So. All right, so now we're on the 5. All right, so F, B flat, C in the left, F, B flat, D. All right, so now we're on the 3. Okay. All right, so that's G flat, B flat, C in the left, E flat, F, and C. All right, so that's F and B in the left, E flat, F, and B flat. So now we're on the 2. All right, so that's E and B flat in the left, D flat, E flat, A flat, the 5. All right, so E flat and A in the left, D flat, E flat, G flat, and back to the 1. B flat, D, A flat, in the left, C, D, F, and B flat. So next we're going to go into our vamp or our special to end the song. And so the number system for that is going to be 1, flat 5, 4, flat 3, 2, 5, 1. I'm going to demonstrate and then I'll break it down for you. All right, so let's break that down. All right, so B flat in the bass, A flat, D, G, and B flat. All right, and that's on the 5, F in the bass, A flat, E flat, G, and B flat. All right, so I just go between the 2. That's more of a Chicago style running bass there. F, G, A, B flat. You hear that Larry Trotter and them do that a lot. So I did little grace note. So off the C sharp to the D to the B flat. Then we walk down to the F to the flat 5. All right, and so the chord on the flat 5 is E in the bass, D, G flat, A flat, D flat, E flat on the 4, D flat, F, G, C to B flat. On the flat 3 is D flat in the bass, B, E flat, F, B flat. On the 2, the C in the bass, B flat, E flat, E, and A flat. Back to the 5, this is the F in the bass, A, D flat, E flat, A flat. Back to a little grace note, slide the C sharp to the D, B flat in the bass, A flat, D, G, and B flat. Okay? Now we could do that with tritones as well. Let's demonstrate, then break it down. right, so let's break that down. All right, so the first chord on the 1 is E flat in the left, G, A flat, and C, E flat, G, and C. All right, then we did some rhythm, stuff like that. Okay, and so on the flat 5, we did a D and A flat in the left, D flat, G flat, and B flat. All right, and then we did we're still on the flat 5. All right, so D, A flat, D, G flat, A flat, and D flat. Now we're on the 4. All right, so C sharp and G in the left, C sharp, F, G, C to B flat. All right, so now we're going to the flat 3. All right, so that's F and B in the left, E flat, F and A. All right, so now we're going to the 2. All right, so that's E and B flat in the left, D flat, G flat, and A flat. Okay, now we're going to the 5. All right, so E flat and A in the left, D flat, E flat, and G flat. All right, and I did something different here. We're going back to the 1. Same chords. And then I did some other stuff with some triads. So now we started with the E flat, G, A flat, and C in the left. All right, and so we start with the 1 chord, E flat, G, and C. All right, and then we skip up here. So we'd use a little grace note too on that. So it's a C sharp major chord. So C sharp, F, and A flat. Okay, and you use the E flat as a grace note. Then you hit the C, E flat, and G. This is a C minor chord. So now, by the time you get to that B flat minor, all right, you're going to switch in the left hand. So D, G, A flat, and C in the left, B flat, D flat, or C sharp, same thing, in F. All right. So you can hit a little rhythm there. So I hit that twice. All right, so the other chords I hit is A flat, C, and E flat, F, B flat, D flat, E flat, A flat, C. All right, so now we hit that next chord on the 4. That's on the 4. All right, so that's D flat, G, D flat, F, and B flat. And then we did the same thing. All right, we're going to the flat 3. F, B, E flat, F, A flat. That's the same. The difference is I did like a, right? Like God's in control, remember that? God can do just what he wants. James Hall, my favorite gospel artist. All right, so that's on the 2. Okay, so that's E flat, B flat, C sharp, F sharp, and B flat. That's on the 2. All right, so that's E flat, A, C, F, and A. And then back to the 1.